Okay, it's Porch chat because it's really pretty out today and I don't have anybody shooting at me. I've got my hair in one of these. So that's how long my hair is getting. Today we're going to talk about long-term methamphetamine use. Oh, I've got to shave that. Look at that. Isn't that just something? We'll just pull down some bangs to cover that up. Okay, long-term methamphetamine use. Of course, the longer you use meth, the longer your body will build up a tolerance, and then you have to use a higher and higher and higher dose to maintain the high that you're seeking. And a lot of people, that's how they get addicted. Their brain gets used to that high, and they have to keep using more and more and more. But chronic users develop a very huge difficulty with feeling pleasure after a while, and that's because it affects their dopamine systems in their brain. So some addiction and use behaviors you might see are significant anxiety, confusion, insomnia, mood disturbances, and violent behavior. Now, these were true across the board from when I supervise people, and it's still true across the board from what I'm seeing from other people currently. In a lot of people, chronic use may also develop psychotic features, such as audio-visual hallucinations, paranoia, and delusions. These issues can last for months, if not years, after they even stop using methamphetamines, because the body kind of retains that information, sadly. And even if you've not used in years, stress can often bring back and precipitate some of those spontaneous occurrences in the brain and cause psychosis. So methamphetamine is one of the most horrible drugs for you and everyone else. Okay, let's just say that. Okay, so the psychosis is caused by alterations in the dopamine activity, which is what I said earlier. It reduces motor speed and it impairs their verbal learning and speech. Chronic users have severe structural and severe functional changes in the areas of the brain associated with emotion and memory. Meth use in the brain affects non-neural brain cells called microglia. These cells support brain health by defending against infections, and they remove damaged neurons from the brain as well. So if you lose your microglia or it alters in any way, it can cause good or bad side effects, mostly bad. So a little bit of extra microglia might help remove damaged neurons, but a whole lot will actually stop you from being healthy because your body will stop defending itself against other things. It kind of gets overwhelmed and just goes, I'm not working. Too much activity of the microglia cells can assault healthy neurons as well. A study using brain imaging found more than double the levels of microglial cells in people who previously misused meth when compared to those who have no history of meth use. And this was even after 14 months, so it sticks with you. This explains the neurotoxic effects of meth when you misuse, abuse it, and have chronic use issues. So meth users may be partially able to reverse damage in the brain, but it may take more than 2 years to balance the microglial levels again. Some changes are long-lasting, such as the biochemical markers for nerve damage, motor skills, verbal memory. Those can all last 14 months or more, so the confusion and damage to the nervous system may stick around longer. That is why you see a lot of people that have had chronic meth use that are confused a lot, kind of like dementia patients. Sad. So there are some things that increase risk when you use meth for a long time, and that is stroke, Parkinson's disease, neurological behaviors. You don't understand consequences. You may have severe weight loss, tooth decay, tooth loss, skin sores. Your amygdala, which is your empathy area, will kind of stop working. It will stay in fight or flight mode. It will not regress or go back to normal when you are no longer in a paranoid state. The empathy circuit, which is found in the anterior insular cortex and the orbital frontal cortex, is damaged. Now, we all know that meth damages a lot of the social skills and a lot of the things we require for social skills. So this frontal cortex is foobarred, especially with chronic use. So that's why we see people with meth not have a lot of empathy for others. They have a very difficult time understanding emotions because their body has failed to recognize emotions. So they kind of do an emotion contagion where they only take on the emotions of the people around them, and they have a hard time with emotional recognition. And they have to kind of do vicarious learning because they've forgotten a lot of things, and they don't know how to have a social harm aversion, so they walk into things not understanding the consequences or the harm they're placing themselves within. So these are some of the things that meth use causes. I would beg everyone, if you have someone in your family that is using this drug, or someone in your area that's using this drug, get them help. You may not think you sound like a very nice person when you're actually trying to get them help. You may think that you're causing them more problems, but I guarantee you, if it takes hold in their brain and really goes and damages their prefrontal cortex and screws up their amygdala and screws up their microglial levels, they're going to have a hard time coming back. They're going to act and behave like someone in psychosis or someone in a dementia state. So this has been your porch chat. I bet most of you know why I'm talking about this. And, if you've got somebody that's exhibiting these features, please get them help. And if you don't feel safe talking to them, do a well check through the police department. But try to help someone before it turns into this state where it harms their brain beyond the level of reversible possibilities. So it's a beautiful day. The wind's blowing. It's going to be stormy here tomorrow. I've got all my flags up. I can sit on my porch without any fear today. It's lovely. Y'all, if you're having a pretty day, go out and enjoy it, because for the last few months I've not been able to enjoy my porches or my yard. So use this knowledge. Have a wonderful day. Hope y'all had a happy Easter. I'm doing much better, but still resting a lot because I'm still healing. Doing much better, but still weak. And it's going to take me a few more weeks to heal from all of this mastoiditis and this stress. So y'all take care of yourself, and I'll pop in from time to time, but we'll probably do a lot shorter videos. Bye, guys.